the fact that a man and his two sons were murdered after repeatedly making reports to the TTPS over a land dispute and threats of violence over a land dispute. And they weren't all killed at once.
This was in Blanchisseuse?
This was the situation in Blanchisseuse. They weren't all killed at once, right? The two sons were murdered at separate instances, I think one in 2021, right? February 17th, 2021, the eldest brother, at the time age 31, Sherwin Maharaj, he was murdered, right? While taking soft drinks to a relative. So this is just day-to-day life, right? Then another brother, also 31, as well as, I believe, somebody else who were killed at a construction site this year, January 27th, and then the father was now killed. Well, this weekend, there was also, I believe, at least one incident of arson that happened to the father's home. And from what I understand, they made all the reports. They went to the police station. They reported their affairs multiple times, dozens or hundreds of reports. The long and short is, and I know it's not that simple, but what are you supposed to do legally when you tell the police that I am threatened and I don't feel safe and nothing is done?
So the next thing is that we're assuming that the father and the two sons did everything by the book. So they covered themselves in terms of doing everything they were supposed to do. And based off of that reporting, the Trans-Tobago Police Service is supposed to deal with any threat in serious manner. They are supposed to deal with that immediately, whether or not they have to carry it. Then I don't see how it's going to take 6+ months to carry out an investigation over threats. This has led to the demise of an entire family. And
there still are sons, but
okay, okay, good. Thank you for correcting me on that. I would like to know what the Trans-Tobago Police Service response is, because there have been instances before of domestic abuse cases, separate land disputes, of course, in which reports were actually made, but the Trans-Tobago Police Service didn't do anything about it. Now, in this particular instance, it's a land dispute matter. The Trans-Tobago Police Service, again, reports were made about threats. What was done about it? So now we have to hear about the TTPS side.
Now, I would very much like to ask the ASP, who won't be here today. We'll have some other members with the TTPS here with us today. But this is something that he highlighted more than once at the start of the year, I think, or maybe even before Christmas, was basically the threat of violence over civil matters like a land dispute. And it seemed as though in this case, though, it's so extreme. And you weren't necessarily wrong to say that this family is more or less gone. Because this might be the last surviving brother. What do you do? What do you do when you lost your two brothers and your father all in the space of 2 years, less than 3 years?
So Sean, imagine now, imagine in the society that we live in, the country that we live in, you do not even feel any much safer or assured after making a report to the police. Imagine you do everything you're supposed to do, and you do not even get a sense of a mustard seed of insurance after reporting it to the Trans-Tobago Police Service. So as much as we welcome them to the station, and as much as they say they're trying to build their relationship and the trust and confidence with the public, it is instances like this you have to wonder, hold up, there's probably more to the story, but guess what? The mere fact that nothing was done,
as far as we know,
from the Trans-Tobago Police Service, in order to investigate, at least investigate the threats, then guess what? If somebody threatens you, are you going to go report it to the police? It's probably not going to make a difference.
Actual crimes apparently were committed. There was an incident of arson. There was crimes attempted to be committed. So there were things to investigate, not just idle threats. But, I mean, it's not even to necessarily come down on the TTPS. It's about the faith in the system. And if things like this keeps on going, then the tendency for vigilante justice and eye for an eye mentality will continue to get stronger and stronger. And we are not going to like the results.
I'm almost certain that is already happening.